and the name of our topic is India, Climate, Vegetation and Wildlife. So, in this video, we will be learning about first, the seasons in India, second, the climate of India, third, the factors affecting the climate, fourth, the natural vegetation, fifth, the significance of forests, and lastly, about the wildlife. So, let us start. First, let us talk about the seasons in India. So, broadly, the major seasons that are recognized in India are first, the cold weather season, that is winter, which lasts from December to February. Second, the hot weather season, that is the summer, which lasts from March to May. Third, the southwest monsoon season, that is the rainy season, which is there from June to September. And then we have the season of retreating monsoon, that is also known as autumn, which is there from October and November. So let us talk about each of these seasons in brief. First, we will discuss about the cold weather season, that is winter. So during the winter season, the sun rays do not fall directly in the region. As a result, the temperatures are quite low in northern India. Now about the hot weather season or the summer. In the hot weather season, the sun rays more or less directly fall on the region. Therefore, the temperature becomes very high. Hot and dry winds called the Lu blow during the day. Now the southwest monsoon season or the rainy season. This season is marked by the onset and advance of monsoon. The winds blow from the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal towards the land. They carry moisture with them. When these winds strike the mountain barriers, the rainfall occurs. Then we will talk about the season of retreating monsoon or the autumn. Winds move back from the mainland to the Bay of Bengal. This is the season of the retreating monsoons. The southern parts of India, particularly Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh, receive rainfall in this season. So this was about the seasons of India. Now let us discuss about the climate of India. The climate of India has broadly been described as the monsoon type. Monsoon is taken from the Arabic word mausim, which means seasons. Due to India's location in the tropical region, most of the rain is brought by the monsoon winds. Agriculture in India is dependent on rains. Good monsoons means adequate rain and a bountiful crop. Now there are many factors which affects the climate. So let us have a look. The climate of a place is affected by its A, the location, B, the altitude, C, the distance from the sea, and D, that is the relief. Therefore, we experience regional differences in the climate of India. Jaisalmer and Bikaner in the desert of Rajasthan are very hot, while Dras and Kargil in Jammu and Kashmir are freezing cold. Coastal places like Mumbai and Kolkata experience moderate climate. They are neither too hot nor too cold. Being on the coast, these places are very humid. Mainsaram in Meghalaya receives the world's highest rainfall, while in a particular year it might not rain at all in Jaisalmer in Rajasthan. So these were the factors which affects the climate of a particular area. Now let us talk about the natural vegetation. We see a variety of plant life in our surroundings. There are also small plants called bushes and shrubs like the cactus and the flowering plants, etc. Besides, there are many tall trees, some with branches and leaves like the neem, mango, or some which stand with a few leaves such as palm. The grasses, shrubs and trees which grow on their own without the interference or help from human beings are called the natural vegetation. Different types of natural vegetation are dependent on different climatic conditions, among which the amount of rainfall is considered to be very important. Due to varied climatic conditions, India has a wide range of natural vegetation. But the natural vegetation has been destroyed to a large extent because of the reckless cutting of the trees. We should protect it by having special programs like the Van Mahotsav to involve more people in making our earth green. Now, after discussing about the natural vegetation, let us move on to talk about the significance or the importance of forests. Forests, as we know, are very useful for us. They perform various functions. The plants release oxygen that we breathe and absorb the carbon dioxide. The roots of the plants bind the soil, thus, they control soil erosion. Forests provide us with timber for furniture, fuel, food, fodder, medicinal plants and herbs, lac, honey, gum, etc. Forests are the natural habitat of the wildlife. Now, when we are talking about wildlife, let us have a look at the wildlife of our country. Forests are home to a variety of wildlife. There are thousands of species of animals and a large variety of reptiles, amphibians, mammals, birds, insects, and worms which dwell in the forest. The tiger is our national animal. It is found in various parts of the country. The Gir forest in Gujarat is the home of the Asiatic lions. Elephants and the one-horned rhinoceros roam in the forests of Assam. Elephants are also found in Kerala and Karnataka. Camels and wild asses are found in the Great Indian Desert and the Run of Kutch respectively, while goats, snow leopards, bears, etc. are found in the Himalayan region. Now, besides these, many other animals are also found in our country, such as the monkeys, wolves, jackals, nilgai, cheetal, etc. Therefore, we can say India is very rich in its wildlife. The peacock is our national bird, whereas other commonly found birds are the parrots, pigeons, myna, geese, bulbul, and ducks. Some birds, such as the pin-tailed duck, curlews, flamingo, osprey, and little stint, migrate to our country in winter season every year. The smallest migratory bird, little stint, weighing as low as 15 gram, from the Arctic region, travel over 8,000 kilometers to reach India. There are several hundreds of species of snakes which are found in India. The cobras and kraits are important among them. Due to the cutting of forests and hunting, several species of wildlife of India are declining rapidly. Many species have already become extinct. In order to protect them, many national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, and biosphere reserves have been set up. The government has also started many projects like the Project Tiger, Project Elephant to protect these animals. Every year, we observe the Wildlife Week in the first week of October to create awareness of conserving the habitats of the animal kingdom.